I just wanted to say that yes, I designed for Charli XCX, and I feel like I need to be saying it more. It hasn't seeped in, really, what that means. Their kids are going to be like, I wish I was born in the generation of, or at least, and the piece that I made, she won on stage. I don't even have words. I'm just eternally grateful. I'm just grateful. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm like sometimes paralyzed by like anxiety, and I'm anxious and overwhelmed, and I'm only one person, and I'm doing everything by myself. Like I have to like sew by myself and like process orders by myself and advertise, and it's a lot. I just wanted to like record during this time in my life where kind of like a lot of things are changing for me, and I want to just like document where I am, because I feel like it's easy to get lost in this digital age. A big point of that is overstimulation mentally from social media and news and just like the world of that. That's why I like silence. I like to take breaks from social media. Like I will like not talk to anyone. Like it's essential for artists to have periods of solitude, and then it's also very essential for artists to have communities in like group spaces that aren't judgmental, where you can like celebrate each other's wins and successes, openly speak about your failures and where you are in your life openly. There's just like so many amazing people doing great things right now, and it's very easy to feel like a one and done. Like it happened, now it's not happening. Now what am I doing with my life? Like what is my life now that I'm not getting like attention and praise and being rewarded with something? Like what is the value? Something that's helped my mental a lot is to kind of stop creating for the audience and start creating for myself deeply. Like what do I feel and see would give value to the world through my experiences and what I've lived through. I haven't been like extremely active on my YouTube and other social medias for so many reasons. A lot of it has to do with like my personal life and like me personally and growing. It feels like growing pains. I feel like I was very active on social media, and I was posting more of my life when I was like enjoying my life. I'm not saying that I'm not enjoying my life, I'm just saying that like I feel like I romanticized my life more because I actively chose to do so, and I'm probably not actively romanticizing my life as much as I used to, because I feel like I'm not where I want to be or need to be. I'm getting there, but it's like still in that process. There's beauty in that process of getting there. That's why we're documenting, that's why we're talking, and that's why like moments like this kind of like catapulted me into a new mindset and kind of a new reality, because I've been like, it's like I've been in a black hole of like myself, and it's like it can get like that. Like who's seeing my art? Like what am I creating for? You know, you can lose yourself, and it's easy to feel like not seen. So I just wanted to make myself seen and kind of speak a little bit about where I've been. I have a lot of things that like I'm actively working on, like my room right now. I have like projects in different areas, and I'm starting to paint again. That's not done. It's in the process. And I have like a few canvases, and I'm exploring new mediums, but I'm taking my time, and I'm not like pressuring myself to film anything, because that process feels personal until I'm ready to share it. But I've had opportunities that have come up that I'm like, wow, I didn't think this would happen. In that moment where those things are like coming into my reality, I always have these thoughts of I wish I was more prepared, and I wish I had more to show, and I wish I had more to give. And it's like what I'm giving right now is the best that I can do right now, but it's like I recognize that I have a lot more to give and a lot more to do and say, and just like a lot more to be. And it's like I could cry, but yeah, being involved with like New York Fashion Week events and like modeling and selling in retail stores, it's like there was a certain time period in my life where like I wasn't doing that. I heard like a lot of no's from people that I once heard. Yes, this is from feeling very lost in how to navigate the art fashion world, but it's like you'll find a way. If you don't find a way, you'll make a way. I'm just grateful. Yeah. My art resonates with a lot of different people, and it's received well. Because sometimes it's not received well. It's really not. And that's when you get to the point where it's just like, that's when you have to start doing things that you like. If other people aren't going to be pleased anyway, you might as well be doing things you like. And there's a deeper meaning behind that in that skirt, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about what the utopian pixie skirt even means, because I feel like the word pixie and fairy gets used a lot, and there was kind of a resurgence of fairy grunge during like 2022, 2021, 2023, kind of the COVID era time. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of kind of costume-esque revival and themed clothing and character clothing, especially during this time in the world when people want to escape or kind of just make new stories for themselves. I had to go in my closet and fish it out, but I got it. I have a journal entry from when I made the skirt, made the set for the first time. This set, inspired by a memory that resurfaced from my childhood, that inspired the beginning of the utopian pixie era. Pixies and fairies are like a big inspiration for me, primarily Pixie Hollow. When I played that as a kid, it's like the feelings that I felt were like discovering for the first time that you can escape and experience another world in a piece of art or in a piece of media outside of you. That was life changing. A lot of my inspirations for the big ideas that I have come from moments like that. But I found the entry from when I made the skirt for the first time. I'm gonna read it. No waste project, 100% handmade from lavender recycled scrap fabric. Top was intentionally thought out and made with loving care. Big emphasis on silk material and the feel of elegance. Added long ties for an extra feminine touch. One center frayed bow to capture the essence and foreshadowing the bottom, which utilizes all the cut of fabric, clear and purple thread to give the distressed, thoughtfully thrown together, or this was cut up type feel, like it was found, like finding a vintage skirt in your mother's closet, but cutting it up and styling it in your style. I had a strong flashback of my fairy skirts at the dollar store when I was completing this. June 3rd, 2024, 5:23 a.m. I had a strong flashback of when I was a kid, and when I was at the dollar store and I was trying on fairy skirts or fairy dresses or something fairy related, and I put this fairy skirt on after like being very into Pixie Hollow. I don't even know if I was playing like fairy games or Pixie Hollow before or after, but seeing like that essence of it looking like handmade or distressed or like of the earth, having that materialize into a wearable garment, like changed like something in my brain chemistry. Like it did something to me, like the same feeling I had when I walked into Build-A-Bear for the first time. But that's a whole other story, because Build-A-Bear inspired my bear hats that I used to make. Instagram, when I released the capsule, I typed this message about the kind of distortion of femininity and the fragility that comes with appearing in a certain way in the just kind of like constructs, the constructs that are placed on us and how we are supposed to appear in public, put together, clean, dainty, kind of going against all of that and being like, I'm showing up in the type of material and the type of style that you expect, but it's stressed and frayed and ruffled and moving all over the place and intentionally made. And I just wanted to bring a different feel to dressing feminine and kind of playing more with androgyny. That's something that I'm playing around with this year as well with my gender, being non-binary. I don't talk about it a lot. I'm talking about it now, but yeah, I don't talk about it a lot, but it's something that I like to kind of experiment with and distress, and that's why I like cutting up clothes, because I just like kind of like deconstructing and reconstructing the ideas and the norms that were given to us and placed to us and expected for us to wear. long tangent, but yeah, life-changing experience. I'm just gonna sit with this. I'm gonna sit with this for a while, really process, really think, and really prepare for what's coming next. I feel like previously before, just living in, I haven't really talked about, I mean, people don't really need to know where I live, but when I lived in New York, it felt very, there were a lot of feelings. I learned a lot, but you can definitely compare yourself to other people and other creatives when that's not needed. Like, everyone's moving at their own pace and their own speed and creating their own lives. And being in a slower paced environment and building what I want for myself, knowing that it's coming no matter when it's coming, is nice. I don't really know when this is gonna end. It's just like a loop. It's just like a continuous loop because I keep cutting the videos and like speaking and then like talking about another topic and then I keep speaking. But yeah, this is, thank you so much for watching. If you're an artist, keep creating. If you're a human, keep creating. Wait, let me give you book recommendations. This is my book recommendation for anyone who is an artist or a creative. It's called The Creative Act of Being by Rick Rubin. And if you don't like reading and if you don't like books, that's okay, because this book is like built for people who like don't really like the structure of like normativity. What attracted me to this book was the circle and the title. And basically it talks about just different states of being and different kind of practices and how to use like your mind in a different way and how to create from a different perspective and just like different tools and habits to incorporate when creating, so it doesn't really feel like a burden. It feels more like a lifestyle. And what I really love about this book is the first chapter. It says everyone is a creator, and it basically talks about even if you're not an artist, just the act of being a human is creation. So that is a great way to start a book. Almost done with the choker. Very cute. Alright, I'm gonna finish and we'll see you soon, hopefully in better quality, hopefully in HD. Oh, if any companies want to send me a microphone or a camera, that would be great.
Yeah, 360.